Part 1. The alien outcast in a sprawling spaceport on a distant planet. Humanity has made peace with numerous alien species, except one. Among them, the Zalthari, a species known for their unusual appearance, are frequently met with disdain. Their skin is textured like cracked stone, their eyes glowing amber, and their movements are slow and deliberate, unlike the fluid grace of other species. The Zalthari woman, Jara, has been ostracized by the locals for these physical traits. She roams the market stalls in the background, always out of sight, forced into isolation by the scornful whispers of humanity. Derek, a young human merchant from a humble background, notices Jara sitting alone in a corner of the marketplace. He is drawn not to her physical form, but to something else, her quiet resilience. The crowd around her looks away, whispers float through the air, but Derek is unfazed. He has been raised to value inner strength, not external appearance. One day, without hesitation, he approaches Zara. She looks at him warily, but his warm smile puts her at ease, a flicker of hope appearing in her eyes. Part 2. An unexpected connection. Despite the distrust from others, Derek continues to visit Jara, offering her small acts of kindness, helping her with her trade, sharing food, and protecting her from the harsh treatment of others. Jara begins to open up about her past, her planet's fall, her exile, and her people's search for acceptance in the wider galaxy. She speaks of the deep pain of being rejected based on her appearance, the way her beauty, so different from the norm, was never understood. As Derek listens, he becomes more enamored with her spirit. He sees beyond her outer shell and learns that her mind is as sharp as any of the greatest minds on Earth. Her race is highly intelligent and advanced, but their appearance has led to alienation and prejudice. One day, when the pair walks along the edge of the spaceport overlooking the landing platforms, a scuffle breaks out between a group of humans who have been tormenting Zara. The fight quickly escalates, and Derek steps in, standing between Zara and the aggressors. "No one touches her," he says with determination, his voice firm. The human onlookers are startled, as Derek is known to be a relatively quiet man, but his words strike a chord with them. Part 3. The silent revolution. Derek's actions do not go unnoticed. News of the confrontation spreads through the spaceport like wildfire. Soon more humans begin to show kindness to Zara. The initial stares begin to lessen, and others start to look at her differently. Some with curiosity, others with admiration. For the first time since arriving on this planet, Jara feels like she belongs. Derek becomes her steadfast ally, and the two grow closer. They spend hours talking, sharing stories of their respective cultures and lives. Derek, still grappling with his own struggles with loneliness and belonging, finds peace in Zara's presence. Her wisdom helps him see beyond the limitations of human existence, and she, in turn, begins to trust in his belief that beauty is more than skin deep. However, not everyone is happy with this change. Some humans, unable to let go of their deeply ingrained prejudices, start causing trouble. They organize campaigns against the strange alien and her human companion, accusing Derek of betraying his kind. These challenges only solidify Derek's resolve. He will not let fear or ignorance separate them. Part 4. The moment that changed everything. The spaceport is busy on a bright morning, bustling with activity as ships from various planets dock and depart. Derek and Zara are walking side by side, their steps in sync, when a powerful figure from a powerful alien race, the Crothar, arrives. The Crothar are an ancient, powerful species, known for their superior strength and regal demeanor. They instantly notice the growing bond between Zara and Derek, and to the shock of many, the Crothar leader steps forward. "Human," the Crothar leader says with an almost regal tone. "You stand with the outcast, the ugly, the unworthy. Why?" Without missing a beat, Derek turns toward the leader. His voice is calm, but there is an unshakable certainty in his words. True worth is not in appearance, nor is it defined by the narrow mind of others. I stand with her because she is worth standing with. The crowd watches in silence, stunned by Derek's defiance. But then, something unexpected happens. One by one, the crowd that had once avoided Jara, that had once rejected her, begins to step forward. They no longer see the alien woman as ugly, but as someone worthy of respect. The marketplace fills with the quiet hum of change. In the final, moving moment of the story, Derek gently takes Zara's hand and, with a sense of finality, kisses it. An act of defiance against the prejudice that once defined the spaceport. The crowd stares, and for the first time their gaze is filled with awe, not contempt. In that simple, profound gesture, Derek and Jara stand united, proving that love and acceptance can break through even the deepest of divides. This outline stays engaging and emotionally charged, while also focusing on acceptance, defiance, and the power of standing up for what's right, all in a HFY sci-fi framework. Each part builds toward a moment of societal change, keeping the audience intrigued. Part 1. The encounter in a gritty dystopian future. The protagonist, a former soldier named Marcus, lives a quiet life on a remote mining colony on the fringes of space. One day he stumbles upon an unusual cargo ship while scavenging through the wreckage of an old space battle. Inside, he discovers an alien woman, her skin shimmering like the night sky and her eyes glowing with a fierce intelligence. She is a prisoner, captured by the Terran government after a failed peace treaty negotiation with her people, the Zelnari. Her name is Zaya, and she has been held in a high-tech, energy-sealed containment chamber for months. Marcus, hesitant at first, is moved by her vulnerability and grace, feeling a strange pull toward her. The government, however, seeks to extract her species' secrets and use them to dominate the galaxy. When he learns that her life is in immediate danger, Marcus makes the decision to help her escape, even if it means jeopardizing everything he has left. The plan is simple: break into the government's facility and free her. But the more time Marcus spends with Zaya, the more he realizes that the stakes are higher than he could ever have imagined. Part 2. The escape. Marcus's plan to rescue Zaya begins with navigating through the maze-like corridors of the high-security prison facility. Using his old soldier skills, he bypasses countless surveillance systems and guards. Each moment is tense, as Zaya's presence seems to attract both the attention of the facility's advanced AI security and military forces. As they near the exit, Zaya reveals her own extraordinary abilities. She has a telepathic link to the galaxy's ancient energy, allowing her to manipulate objects with her mind. Marcus, initially stunned by this revelation, grows to trust her even more. Together they break out of the facility, narrowly escaping with a small shuttle. During the flight, Zaya shares more of her tragic story. Her people have been persecuted across the galaxy for their ability to manipulate the ancient energy. And now, with the humans closing in on them, the Zelnari are on the brink of extinction. Marcus feels the weight of their journey and becomes deeply connected to Zaya. But he still doesn't fully understand the depth of her power or the responsibility that now lies with them both. Part 3. The chase. The moment they break into open space, the Terran government sends a fleet of warships after them. Zaya's power allows them to evade the initial pursuit, but the government's forces are relentless. As the chase intensifies, Marcus and Zaya form a bond beyond mere survival. Zaya reveals that the kiss she gave him before their departure from the facility was more than just a farewell. It was a binding of their souls, a gesture she only gives to those she fully trusts. In a tense moment of vulnerability, Marcus asks her about her powers. Zaya confesses that the Zelnari have mastered the ability to tap into the primal energy of the universe itself, a force so powerful it can alter reality. However, this power comes with consequences. If it is used recklessly, it could tear the very fabric of space apart. As they continue to evade the fleet, Marcus's feelings for Zaya deepen, and he struggles with his growing affection for her while also trying to maintain their focus on the mission. The closer they get to safety, the more dangerous their journey becomes, as the Terran fleet closes in with devastating firepower. Part 4. The choice. In the final part, the Terran government corners Marcus and Zaya on an abandoned planet, a forgotten world that holds a long-lost Zelnari relic. As the government's fleet prepares to strike, Zaya unlocks the power of the relic and merges with the ancient energy, unleashing an immense wave of force. Her transformation is awe-inspiring as she becomes a living embodiment of the energy that once gave her people power. However, Zaya faces a heartbreaking decision. If she uses all of her power to protect herself and Marcus, she risks the annihilation of the galaxy, as the energy would spiral out of control. The kiss they shared was a promise that now binds them. Marcus must make a choice: let Zaya save them both at the risk of destroying everything, or find another way to stop the destruction and save her from the inevitable consequences of her power. In a final act of selflessness, Marcus chooses to trust Zaya's wisdom and urges her to release the energy, knowing that it will mean their separation. As the energy flares out into the void, Marcus feels the kiss's final warmth fade, knowing that the universe has been forever changed. With the Terran fleet destroyed and the galaxy saved, Marcus and Zaya's destinies are forever intertwined. But at what cost?